it should be the full joint, not only this part. It should be like this, then only your mandi will look so beautiful, and it will be so nice when we look at the final step. So your joint should be like this. I have taken 3 tablespoons of mandi masala. So I already made this video like how to make mandi masala. So you can make this masala and you can store it for many months. Like you can store it for months and you can use it whenever you want. It's so simple, and this is the main ingredient in this recipe. This I'm adding 1 big lemon juice. So I added 1 whole big lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of oil. After adding these 3 ingredients, you have to mix it well, and our mandi masala is ready now. So if you want to add more lime juice, you can add it, because it will give good flavor. So you have to take like this and you have to apply throughout the whole chicken. You have to marinate all this whole joint pieces like this. See, I applied nicely, and you have to massage like this. And the final step, you have to add salt on just top of this according to your taste, and you have to give a good mix. That means you have to massage these chicken legs nicely like this. I am massaged for 2 to 3 minutes. Now you have to keep it aside for 15 to 20 minutes. Then only all the masalas will combine nicely, and it will really give a good flavor. So you have to rest it for 15 to 20 minutes. I have taken a cooker. You can use any big vessels if you want, but I'm using cooker here because for us it's like for more people in homes. I'm making very big like large quantity. So I'm adding now to this. Just for steaming the chicken, I'm doing this. This is not the main this is the main process and the main step for this. So I'm adding 3 glasses of water to it. So here I'm steaming totally 6 pieces of chicken joints, the whole chicken leg. So it's the space is not sufficient. So what I'm doing now, the little trick, this is home tricks. I just placed a good plate with the holes on it. See, you can see this, because the steam should come. When we steam it, all the juices will drop into the water. So it should be like this. If you keep a normal like the plain plate, the juice will not get drop in the water. So you have to use this type. If you're having this type in your home, you can just place a little bowl on it. On top of this, you can place this like this. So it's been 15 minutes. So it's been like 15 to 20 minutes. I just turn off the flame. Now I'll open and show you. After 15 minutes, see how nicely this was steamed. Here our chicken is ready. If you want, you can just have it like this, or else you can fry it. I'll just fry it a little bit because my mom doesn't like to eat like this. She always thinks that it's not cooked. So she always says that inside will be not cooked. So I'll just fry it. So even if you fry it also, it really gives a good flavor to it. If you want, you can eat, you can serve like this and eat with your mandi, or else you can fry it. So I'll fry this. I'll show you now. Right, you can see all the flavor on it in this water. See, all this chicken flavor dropped into this water, and this water is like almost it will give a chicken broth taste. It's almost like chicken broth. It's chicken broth as well, so you can use this for our rice. See, now I'll just remove this chicken and I'll serve this water in a bowl to use for our rice. Add oil to it. just a little bit oil to fry. I just kept 2 pieces of steamed chicken. I'm just frying it, just toast it for 5 minutes just to change the color. So after 5 minutes it will be ready. I fried my chicken and kept it aside. So guys, if you want, I told you can eat the whole steamed chicken as well, because it's really very healthy, because we didn't use any oil in it. So it's healthy as well. So yeah, I just fried it because I already told you my mom doesn't like to have like it. So I just fried this. See, you can see all this masala still it's on the chicken, because what is a good thing is that if we steam a chicken, the masala will stick to the pieces. It will not, if you fry as well, if the pieces, the masala will not come out of the pieces. See, all the masala is sticking to your chicken. This is the benefit if you steam it. If you have like this, really, this is also will give you a really good flavor. Even I like to have it a roast one. So this is a good benefit if you steam it, and after that if you fry it, the masala will not come out of the chicken. See how nice it roasted. Now we will get into our main process. Step 2 for our mandi biryani. So here you go. This is very simple to make, to make this recipe. The mandi biryani. Onion you have to cut into like the small pieces. Salt, raisins, if you want you can add it or you can skip it. Cashews, because by I'm adding these to it, really gives a good flavor to it. If you want you can add roasted almond as well. I'm using cashew. You can use both. You can use the almond as well as cashew. And the main ingredients for this recipe is mandi masala and rice. I soaked it for 2 hours, and the chicken broth which we got from the steamed chicken. I showed in the step 1, right? The first step we steamed the chicken, right? That is the water. This is the chicken broth that it is came from chicken. I'm using the same cooker. I'm adding 4 tablespoons of oil to it. The oil heats up, add finely chopped onions to it. And wait until it changes color to golden brown color. After you add onions, mix it. Now in this stage you have to add dry raisins. It depends upon you how much quantity you want, you can take. I'm adding only little bit. After adding dry raisins, now you have to add cashews. Even this is same, it depends upon like how much quantity you want. If you love cashews, you can add more. It depends upon you. And after adding dry raisins and cashew, give a good mix for 2 seconds. That's it. And next goes ginger garlic paste. I'm adding this only a little bit. If you want, you can add it or you can skip it. It depends upon you. But I'm just adding it for flavor. If you don't want, you can skip this step. Now after adding ginger garlic paste, now goes mandi masala. I'm adding 3 teaspoons of mandi masala. I have taken rice with this glass, so I'm adding 2 glasses of rice in the with this glass. So I'm adding 3 teaspoons of mandi masala. If you take more glasses like 3 or 4, you have to add 6 teaspoons of mandi masala.
So it totally depends on how you measure your rice.
After that, mix it well. Adding mandi masala, you have to just stir it for 2 seconds, and as soon as you mix it, add rice. I soaked it for 2 hours. After adding rice, just mix it. Just make sure all the masala stick to rice. And after this, you remember, right, we have made chicken broth with the chicken. And so I have taken 2 glasses of rice, right? So I am adding 4 glasses of chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, like if you get only 3 glasses of it, no need to worry. You can
add water instead of.
Yes. So for me, there is a lot of broth, so I am using only this. After adding your chicken broth, add salt according to your taste.
It could be chicken broth or just plain water. That's fine. Whatever you have.
Just give a mix and cover the lid. Don't cover like I'm using cooker, right? So don't cover your
Lock it. Like
yes, don't lock your lid. Just semi-lock it. That's it. Like this.
So it's like you basically just putting the lid on top of it, but you're not locking or putting the whistle. That's it. Basically what my sister said is you have to just cover the lid, like no locking, just put the lid on top of it with the whistle on it. So for every 15 minutes you're gonna come, open the lid and check. The reason we're having the lid, the whistle is so there's no way for the steam to escape. Now my sister is about to open the lid, which has been already 15 minutes, and let's see how it is cooked. Wow, that smells so delicious. So savory. Oh, it looks like only like 80% of rice, like 80% has been cooked. So we have to wait until like it's cooked 100%. So meanwhile, what my sister is doing is she's putting all the chicken pieces what we prepared and fried and steamed before. So now she's leaving on the rice to have that all good flavors come with the rice is also for the chicken as well. And also you see how it's a little dry, the chicken, so it also leave the moist on the chicken. So now we've put the lid back, and after that I'm sure like within 15 minutes the rice will be 100% cooked and the chicken will be nice, moist and super delicious.
So after 5 minutes, see, it's really smelling good. So now we will serve into our plate. It's exactly looking like the mandi biryani in restaurant style. So I'll serve into plate. Just let me take these pieces separately. I have taken this because it should look like the restaurant way, so that's why I have taken this whole ragi plate. Really, it's smelling like same exactly the mandi, the chicken mandi. So now my sister will taste it and she will judge me how it looks, how it tastes.
Delicious this is. Yep. So she gave a little bit of restaurant style by putting this in a like a beautiful plate.